What's up, AV Educate peoples? How you guys doing today? I know we're talking about work boxes, and every specialist and every engineer and every aspiring engineer should definitely start putting together a work box of some capacity. I have multiple work boxes that I gathered throughout the years that I use for different things. This is the most popular, the Pelican 1510, and I'm using a Trek Pack divider. It's already cut to my needs, to what I needed to use, and I put this organizer lid, which actually works pretty good. I also have a changeover that I can put a laptop lid inside if I have laptops or media servers and whatnot. So this is actually really practical. This whole thing comes out in one shot. You can always make your own. I make like 3 different ones. I also have a padded one. This is the new lighter version of the 1510, which is the Air. It's a new series. This is actually physically the same size, and it weighs, I believe, almost 10 pounds less or something like that. It's a lot less density. Same kind of practical environment where I build Trek Pack, depending on what it is. This one I was using for some media server support, so I needed specific things. This was mostly going to film shoots, so I kind of have 3 divider situations for them. This guy is the Big Papa. It's a Pelican that's used for the Black Hawk helicopters and stuff like that. It's actually pretty beefy. And this I use for like when we're doing installations and things like that, where we actually will do integration in studios or things that go a little bit deeper. This one has like different trays for tools. Right now I just got it because I was cleaning it up, but basically it's a big tray configuration. It's actually pretty practical. I like this guy a lot. It takes 50 pounds of load on top of it. This guy's a pretty beefy one. This is my everyday one, which is an Air. It's a little bit bigger. I actually travel internationally with this all the time. Of course, you got to check it in because it's a little bit bigger. This guy is a 1615. It's actually pretty practical. I have a media credential, so I can always go a little bit over, the 50 pound, even if I'm not traveling first class. The basics for this one, which is my everyday one, it changes, of course, depending if I'm doing mostly video, projection, media servers, so if I'm doing audio, if I'm doing TV, film, AV, the touring, depends on what it is. So I kept it pretty universal. I kind of have the sizes of it divided, kind of a standard for many little Pelican sizes and things. I think that the most crucial things that I always keep on my workbox, no matter what, are testers. I always have good, testers for voltage, so I can test loads and things like that. I always have a Cat 5 sniffer that's a peer-to-peer. This one's actually pretty cool because it splits. So I can, any Cat 5 or Cat 6, I can plug it in peer-to-peer, and then it will tell me which, if there's a bad pin or something like that. And then I got this multi one that's actually pretty nice. Where's this guy? Right here. Where is he? Ah, right here. This actually is the one that lasts me the most. It's actually pretty good. It's made by DVX. And this one is a full tester, and it has, XLR, even MIDI, DMX 5-pin, 1/4 inch, Speakon, RCA, TT. I mean, this thing has everything. The only thing this one doesn't have is the network stuff, but that's why I keep this one in check. This Fluke one, actually, it's one of the best lower range money-wise, and it always works. It just does the job. This company is phenomenal. This company, Wera. They're actually a German precision tool company, and it's all about lightweight stuff, all their alloys. But this one is actually phenomenal. And this sucker even deattaches. You can put it in a drill. This particular company makes phenomenal things. So if you guys are looking for something lightweight and you can put in your workbox, definitely look for this guys from Wera. I also found this company really good. This is a headlight. This actually lasts me almost 7 hours on a single charge, and it's pretty intense, and it's USB, so you can just charge it overnight. I always keep another headlight that can run on AAA batteries or something like that, just in case I don't have time to charge. This is a mini gaff. Everybody that knows us and knows me knows I color code absolutely everything I can. This is I buy on Amazon. It's about 16 bucks. I always keep it on my belt clip. It's always with me. And I also bought the mini white gaff, mini black gaff, E-tape. This is phenomenal. Graphics 1, graphics 2, media server, whatever, projector, whatever it is. Always color code things on your desk, make things a little bit smoother. I always have some kind of an alignment tool, especially because I work as a projectionist a lot. And I do a lot of LED walls and a lot of things. I always got to make sure horizons are good. This one is actually pretty good. The Bosch, you cannot go wrong with Bosch. These guys are phenomenal. I always keep some kind of a wireless router. Surprisingly, this little Linksys has been around forever. That's actually out of commission, and I still use it, and it works pretty good in range. I always keep up some decimator boxes. I found that this Line 6 handheld little cases work perfectly for 2 decimators, like a glove. So I always keep at least 4 of these. Well, I have 2 of these, and then 2 of the 12 cross, the 4Ks. Little tool that I can do, you know, electronics and things that I want to fix. I always have crazy glue, and I have a screen cleaner, and you know, all those kind of things that you're always going to need. An array of adapters, absolutely anything I can. Right now, what we've been doing is always testing, and we call our friends like Tim Durr and all those guys who say, hey, you know, what's been working for you? We buy 3 or 4 and we test them. Here I think I have just DAs, HDMI DAs. I always keep an emergency light. I got a couple of color testers, so I always keep this guy. It's like a handy guy when I'm doing like interviews and film shoots and things like that, and when you want to compare camera sensors and match colors. And that one actually is pretty cool because it has an 18 thread, so I can put it with any kind of Israeli arm and then clamp it on anything. I always keep some of this fluorescent tape. It actually saved my butt a few times backstage, you know, putting alignments and little arrows and things for the client. This is a full-size XL Stream Deck. I found this case in Amazon. It's actually pretty good. It fits like a glove. Got a wireless keyboard and mouse. I mean, it all depends on what I'm doing. Like I said, I always customize to needs. And if I'm traveling national, international, I change things around. I always, you know, make them big or small, you know. These are SD fiber. These are, you know, I have an array of different flavors, things like that. You know, Super Bowl, hey, can you please give us that cable feed to the live screen or whatever, you know. All this kind of little adapters always save your butt. Round lips. And then these are a must. I always keep IL-19s. This guy's will save your butt. Any audio guy knows this guy would normalize and fix a lot of hums and issues and situations. Other than that, one thing that I did find on Amazon that was actually pretty cool is these little pouches. And TSA actually said they're phenomenal. Everybody should have them. So, you know, I keep them by department, and actually makes everybody's life easy so I can see myself what's going on. So these are all slim 12G SDI cables. I got 3 to 5 pins. I got some Cat 5s. I mean, this one's kind of mixed right now. I always keep a couple of Dante interfaces because everything's Dante these days. It's going to save your butt. I always keep some fiber conversions from LC to ST. Fiber. Capture. I always have a couple of captures. This one actually is pretty good. It's from the same company that does the Elgato stuff, so the Stream Decks and all that. And then Magewell, you can't go wrong with Magewell. This one I believe is a HD model, not the 4K, but I usually have a 4K on me. And then I keep an array of little adapters and things we use for like E2 and Spider and things like that for like a MacBook or something like that quickly that I can go DisplayPort from a mini display, or so in this case USB-C. That's it in a nutshell. I mean, I always keep the usual. I mean, I always have a level. I always have a tether on my C wrench or whatever tool I'm flying with. You know, measuring tape of different length. And then I always have a monitor of some kind. I really like this guys. The outermost ones are really cool because they have so many tools in them. And what I do is that I load like test patterns and things like that into them, and I can play them back. And this guy can do quad SDI. So you can do a single 12G, or you can do 4 recordings. You could put an SSD card in here. These are L batteries from Sony. I always keep them in here. I just keep them charged. And have a kind of a kit with a low handle, so it's like a lollipop hole. And I put like a little cage on it. This guy's been all over the world. This guy's been in like 50 countries still runs. It's a little model. This is an older model, but this guy still works. It's perfect because it has peaking and false color and all sorts of things. So I always suggest people to buy either like the Black Magic one or anything. It can be nothing too fancy, just something that's a tool that you can play back and then you can record. You can do HDMI, you can do SDI, which is most of the standards that we use in this industry. And that's basically it. I think that nobody should marry one particular design or not. I think that depending on the department that you are focusing on, if you're an LD, if you're a V1, if you're an A1, you know, you're going to have different tools and different things. I think that, of course, I understand that not a lot of people have the money or the means to buy, you know, all this. This have been gathered through the years. But definitely, even if you go to like a Harbor Freight and you buy the cheaper one that's like $50, that thing is still good. There's an array of different cases. You kind of want to use the 1510 as your standard size that you don't have to check in, so you actually fly with one of the suckers. So my suggestion is always look at what other people are using. Always ask questions, especially when you see a specialist on site and you see an engineer or somebody who's like really on it and you are impressed by the workbox that they have and everything else. Always ask questions. I mean, everything that I have here is things that I either learned from somebody else or somebody lent it to me and I was like, oh wow, where's this wearer thing, you know? So just stay on point. Don't marry the brand. Don't worry about if it's name brand or not. Worry about it if it does the job and if it lasts. It takes the beating of our industry because, as you guys know, you know, the wear and tear is huge. So stay encouraged, you know, stay connected, always learn. Look at different people's configurations of the work boxes. You're always going to learn something, guaranteed. And as an AV Educate supporter with virtual events, we're going to donate a 1510 to whoever wins this contest that AV Educate is running right now. And we're going to provide either a 1510 or a 1535, whatever Omar and team decide, and we'll deck it out. We'll make it nice. God bless you, people. Happy New Year.